we're going to talk about Saturn, specifically your Saturn return and what house it's in. What does it mean? My Saturn is in the 3rd house. Make sure you get your own natal chart. I'll post some links below so that you can find out what house your Saturn is in, and this video will make a whole lot more sense to you because you'll be able to say, so that's what it means. So for those of you who are new to astrology and don't even know what Saturn return is, make sure you watch my video on Saturn returns because I go into my experience with them and I also talk about what they mean and other stuff. So that might be really helpful. Your Saturn placement is going to say a lot about you and how you put your foot down, and also how you respect yourself. Do you even respect yourself? How do you show it? So for example, my Saturn is on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, and it's in the 3rd house. If your Saturn is also in Aquarius and Pisces or on the 3rd house, make sure you check out that video on Saturn returns because I talk about what that means. As a reminder, they occur every 29 years, give or take. So at the ages of 27 to 31, you'll experience your first Saturn return. Then at the ages of 56 to 60 years old, you'll experience your second Saturn return. And then between the ages of 84 and 90, you will experience your 3rd Saturn return. When Saturn returns, it is an extremely pivotal moment for you in your life. It's like a cosmic rite of passage. And depending on its location in your chart, it will manifest differently. And today we're going to look at how your Saturn return can manifest in your chart based on the house it's located in. So if you're watching this and you are in between Saturn returns, this is a good way to reflect and maybe prepare for the next one because like I said, there are 3. You're not over it, most likely. There's going to be another one. Please keep in mind that it's very difficult to read something like this by itself. So make sure you look at the other placements when you're reading your chart as well. The 10th house, the house of career and public image. During a Saturn return in the 10th house, they will figure out what authority means to them and how the fuck they feel about it. They need their lives to have meaning. And they also need to learn not to make career like everything. It's not that big a deal. At least not all the time. It doesn't always have to go their way. What are they seeking professionally? They must reflect on their past choices, especially in regards to their career path, and think about their goals. It's common for them to want to be someone memorable, who makes an impact. One career decision could alter their destiny, or even a choice about family. They must only work with companies they can see themselves at in the future during this time. And they must be selective. It's like they need to become their own authority. They must work to make sure that they are moving forward on their career path during their Saturn return. They'll have to decide if they want to honor their personal values and beliefs or put them at risk, even if that means sacrificing something. They will find their confidence and defy what others think about them during this time. It might mean searching for a career that resonates with them instead of compromising their values. They will have to test their limits during this time. They might feel lost and not know what to do with their own existence. It can feel like a crisis. It might mean they have to take a completely different direction. They make new rules for themselves. Sometimes that's taking back their own power and saying, fuck it, to the man. And sometimes it's more low-key. They may suck it up and start from the bottom to make it to the top. During a Saturn return, they might also have to confront a father figure or face some daddy issues. Saturn actually naturally rules this house, and Saturn is also representative of father. It could also be a boss. A fear of failure might plague them during this time, but whatever they do will affect them the rest of their lives. It could come in the form of boosting their reputation. It could also mean that they stop giving a shit about their reputation. They might just really want to go after their dreams and start chasing them. Even if their loved ones are like, what are you doing with your life? What are you talking about? They might be the black sheep of the family. They also might become more of a leader or inspire others during this time. They might become Insta famous or, gain an influence because they like they're seen, you know? Others can see them. And it also might just make them want to embrace tradition more and maybe not rebel all the time. So it really depends, of course, on your sign and how your life looked up to this point, right? How were you during your 20s? Were you a rebel? Do you already have a reputation? Because that's going to influence how your Saturn return plays out, obviously, right? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Remember, read everything together, get your chart. It's beautiful. It all works together so beautifully. And if you like my content, please subscribe. Toodaloo.